Hi all, it's June like a month. This is Harina. I am going to welcome you to a deep dive into the psychology of why we delay tasks and how to really conquer this habit. We are going to tackle the idea of procrastination. That's not you being lazy. It's just about you not focusing on the right things that allow for more progress. You are not lazy, but you are avoidant. It's actually a lot more about avoidance rather than a lack of effort. When you feel bad about yourself and you think that you're lazy and you're just not doing the work, that a lot of the time is not true at all. In fact, there are reasons why there's so much resistance behind avoiding or not wanting to do that thing. And as you learn to navigate that, that's actually going to allow you to unlock a more productive and fulfilling approach when it comes to your tasks that you've got to do. These strategies that we're going to cover today are going to help make a difference so that you can get closer to your goals. The 5 points that I want to cover today are here. The first one is really understanding the real reason behind the procrastination. This is unveiling what's at the heart and the root cause of why you're avoiding, why you're pulling back from doing the thing. Most of the time, procrastination is not about laziness at all. There's a few key underlying causes, like fear of failure, perfectionism, uncertainty. These are really at the core of why we avoid doing those tasks. It's because there's something deeper there that pushes us away. Think about it this way. Let's say Alex, who is a super talented writer and has always dreamed about writing a book. But at the same time, you never find her able to sit down at her desk and do anything but that. And the reason isn't because she's lazy, it's because there's this paralyzing fear of failure, that maybe there's this belief that her work is not going to be perfect and maybe she'll be judged for what she writes. And what happens is this fear leads to her completely avoiding this dream altogether, because you're feeling like, if I don't try at this, then I can't fail. And this happens to all of us. It's not about laziness. You're procrastinating because you're afraid of something, or something underlying is creating that resistance. And it's really important for you to understand why that is. Number two, the power of the smallest step can go a long way. And this is how you combat procrastination. It's about taking these micro actions that move the needle. You've got to identify what is the smallest possible step, smallest action to transform what may feel like a project or a bigger action, and just breaking it down into manageable steps for yourself. A really common example would be going to the gym. Even if your mind doesn't want to go to the gym, what you have to do first is just to put on your gym wear or put on the shoes. That is the first step that you do in order to get there. And it makes it that much easier, that much closer towards you actually taking that action. The antidote to procrastination is a lot simpler than we think. It's about understanding what the smallest task is in order to bring yourself closer to what you wanted to achieve. It's really bringing down that barrier to starting and just making it as simple and easy as possible. When you really break it down and you make it more achievable and manageable in those little steps, then this will lessen down the fear. It will lessen down the uncertainty because you're already stepping towards the right direction. The third point I have is that there is a ripple effect that happens when you delay things. This is about understanding what procrastination actually does as a compound effect. Sometimes you might tell yourself it's okay to not do something. The more that you do that, it's going to form negative habits. Because you've delayed something and you keep reinforcing this cycle of procrastination, you're telling yourself it's okay. It's important to realize that as you continue to delay things and procrastinate, it does have a longer term effect. And it's a little more intangible, but it's about not reaching your goals. We give up on our bigger goals that we had set out for that year, and we tell ourselves, okay, it's fine, we'll just do it next year. We keep doing that. There is actually that compound effect that procrastination has. that doesn't allow us to stay accountable to our goals. Number 4 is a solution to help you break the cycle. And that is using Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. The 5-second rule is such a simple concept, but it's so powerful because it's a great way to simply break the procrastination cycle. All you do is you count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And by that time, you've just got to act on whatever you were thinking as soon as that thought comes into your mind. Because you don't give it any space, any time for your brain, your mind to give you excuses or create delays as we usually do. It sounds really simple and it is very straightforward, but this can shift the way that you approach doing the thing. The last and final point I'm going to share is number 5, creating a battle plan that involves delegation. This is an anti-procrastination strategy where you identify problem areas. So things that you face resistance. You don't like doing things in that area. As an example, for me, it's anything to do with accounting. I don't like doing that. I'm not great at maths. So instead, I'm going to hire great experts that can help me in that field and do it. It's about embracing delegation, exploring opportunities to outsource the task. This is my favorite tactic because I don't believe that we have to do everything ourselves. I think there's power in enabling other people who can help you. And I think it's all right that there are areas of resistance. There's always going to be things that you just don't like to do. And instead of forcing yourself to do it, sometimes it's better to just bring in somebody else to support you with it. It just creates more of that momentum so that you can keep going towards your goal. Let's wrap up. To overcome procrastination, it's really about understanding why it happens. Once you realize the underlying causes, the underlying fears, maybe there's some alignment that will allow you to move forward in the right way. I've already equipped you with a couple of tools in order to fight back at procrastination. One of those was to take baby steps, the micro actions, making that bigger goal into actionable steps. The second is even just creating that momentum through trying the 5-second rule with Mel Robbins. And finally, leveraging delegation to overcome procrastination. Just outsourcing the things that you can't do, won't do, and that way you're going to make it easier for yourself to be accountable to your goals. I hope that was helpful. Make sure you're getting our newsletter where we send out a lot more insights. If you like the vibe, please subscribe. I'm JuneAye, and I hope you have an amazing day. Ciao. Bye.